How are you guys doing? I love you. It's been a few days. Been doing that thing called life, right? As much as I'd like to quantum leap and not have to exist in the physical plane, I am. And we're here. And that's okay because I chose to come here just like you guys to do this. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Casey. This is my channel, The Guardian Oracle 33. We have a pretty kick-ass soul tribe here. We're all interconnected in some way or another through our divinity, the light, the Holy Spirit. And we just kind of do our thing here. Channeled messages come through as what comes through. I am a psychic medium. I channel the higher realms. I am a part of the light army, and I work for the forces most high of the highest light and vibrational frequencies. I've had a hell of a journey awakening up. If you guys are ever interested in watching any of my other videos, I've been an addict. I've been in the military. I've had some pretty, very dark night of the soul, which was, completely dying to self was pretty rough. But I'm here. I took all that shenanigans and I turned it into a beautiful probability of reaching others who have addictions, alcohol, drugs, whatever it may be. And I find humility in speaking about that. And it takes a lot of courage to speak from the heart space, and not just the heart space, speaking from it, but to open it back up after numbing through drugs, right? Because that's what we do drugs and alcohol for, is to numb the pain so that we don't have to feel, remember, and so we can forget. We all know that is, well, that's burning quite interestingly off to the side. That's never really the story. It just, when we wake up, man, it just gets a little bit more crazy. For those of you that are wondering, I kind of think I have it might be a pyro. I love fire. Anyways, welcome you guys. Good to be back on here. It's been a minute. It's been, well, I'll tell you a little bit here. I'm going to open this space. Yeehaw! I'm all excited about the fire. Don't burn anything. All right. Who's in here? What's up, Hot Rod? Love you. Wade, what's up? Mom, hello. That is so funny. All right, so we are going to call in the angels, clear this space, call in the higher realms of light, and then we're going to get into what comes out collectively. What comes out is what comes out, right? If the message is supposed to come out, it'll be, this read is timeless. Today is June 15th of 2024. Nothing is random in this universe in any way, shape, or form. When this finds you, if there's a message in it, it's for you and it's for a reason. It might not resonate now, but it is picking up on the current energy. We're part of the collective and things are forever changing, so that is exciting when you're on the process to evolution. All right, Holy Spirit, holy angels of the highest bright light, I call on you. Archangel Michael, I call on you to guard the gates as I channel these messages from the heavenly realms. I demand, declare, and decree that no weapons formed against me shall prosper, or my listeners, so mote it be. I ask, Holy Spirit, that you would get me out of the way so I could deliver the messages for the highest good of the collective. Allow it to be truthful and what they need most right now in this process of conscious evolution of the soul, healing soul scars, healing childhood traumas, or traumas that we may have carried over from past lives. Allow me to be a beacon of light and allow the collective to come together. We want to rise here on this earthly plane so that we can bring conscious awareness to ourselves and to that of others. A lot of things we talk about might look a little woo-woo right now, and that's okay. We're the crazy ones. Somebody had to break the mold, so here we go. Divine Master within, the voice of my inner teacher, I call on you now. Awaken and activate. I am willing to remember you, and so it is. Divine Masters, keepers of ancient wisdom, I call on you now. Thank you for revealing to me what we need to know. I am willing to listen, and so it is. For those of you that are new to the channel, I do a sacred prayer in my light language. It's just kind of how I call on my spirit guides and the collective energy. You can set an intention for this read to connect with the energy. There is nothing that separates us. There's no time or distance although we're not in the physical space, we are all connected with that golden cord that connects us all, right? We all have God's source energy in us, and when we choose to look deeper into the realms, we can connect to a lot of things and each other. So that's what's really cool. And I urge you to actually try this. If you're kind of curious about a message to come through, or you just want to hold a space of faith and hope, go ahead and put that in your head now. For those of you that might watch this later, watching this now, I get told I'm summoning demons when I speak in my light language. So we're trying to help other people open their perspective. So here we go. Deshe kotere pe kere te te o shotere te o pate ori te kere te o shopate kere. Te shopare tere te o paye te kia. Ea mana ye kere te o shekere papa te kere no no na ye kete. Azra kedro tute shakapaye. Ba kete te o shokopaye te tere de Yeshua. So mote it be. I seen the Violet Flame Saint Germain. All right, I did not do channeled messages today. I kind of just got in here and decided I was going to roll with the punches. Rolling with the punches, and I feel like everything that comes out in a read is, for the most part, channeled. So if something comes up, or I see a bird, or a plane, or whatever it may be, and I speak about it, it could resonate for you, whether it's a time, talking about a penny, or this. Open your mind and allow the universe to guide you in whatever way as possible. English or Spanish, Lisa? English? I'm sorry, I don't know what that means. I'm not from around here. Hey, John Mayer. You're new here. My journey home. Hey, Laura, what's up, neighbor? MD Gamers. Man, I got a lot of new people in here. Hey, you guys are all welcome into this space. This is a safe space. This is where we come. Sometimes I get a little silly, and I pull on some British accents and do a little woo-woo on here, so you're more than welcome to grab a cup of hot and tea and tune in. Where are we going, Holy Spirit? Oh, yeah. So when I was out here with my daughter, by the way, guys, I hung us a new backdrop. I hope you guys like it. I kind of switched it up from the Tree of Life to something a little fun and something a little new. So hung a few more lights and totally forgot what I was talking about, man. When Spirit comes and just sideswipes you because I guess it wasn't important at that time. It's either that or early Alzheimer's, but look at that, 444555. Some of you could be seeing that a lot. Synchronicities. Spirit has a way of getting me off my own path, and it's like, look over here. It's a bird, it's a plane. It's a butterfly. Everybody is psychic. That is absolutely right. All of you have your own intuitive abilities. We're all part of God's source energy. It's more or less, when I talk about awakening, I'm talking about the remembrance, right? Inside our DNA is where the Akashic record is stored. The Akashic record is like a book of life. Everything that is, was, once was, all of our gifts, talents, whether it's on, for those of you, I'm talking to a pretty advanced collective, and if you're new here or just awakening, when I talk about past lives or being on other planets, you guys might, I'm probably scare the shit out of you. I'm going to be quite honest, but keep an open mind. As long as you keep an open mind, I'm going to tell you right now, I've spent the last probably a week going through this other awakening. Like, I started questioning everything I was doing again. So if you guys are going through that, which I'm bringing it up for a reason, it's most likely because somebody else in this collective is going through it too. We get stuck on this path and we hear all these things and talk about all these spiritual things, but really what I like to touch on is intuitively. So when I reach into the conscious awareness, the Christ consciousness, it's a frequency, it's an energy that flows. When I raise my vibration by eating clean, positivity, positive affirmations, eating good foods that's touched by the sun, the rays of light, becoming self-aware of the way I'm thinking, what I'm saying, what I'm talking to myself, how I'm reacting with others, how I'm healing own things within myself. Forgiveness and love are the highest frequency above all. Laughing, having fun and enjoying life. Again, 4455. That's got to be significant. I'd be interested if they don't come out again. I did shuffle them 34 times, so they just might. All right, here we go. Right now I'm being told eating yellow foods, squash, bananas. Maybe somebody has been doing that. I'm also hearing in between timelines. So, and what they're showing me is this sacral and solar plexus chakra. I don't know what that means. That could be for somebody. Somebody could be watching Old Yeller. All right, for the highest good of all, Holy Spirit, holy angels. You got to unlock that ancient wisdom, right? In our DNA, we have stored all of those things that we were, once was. Bottom of the deck, 2112. 1441, unique skills. It is time of intense self-development. Focus your mind on your craft. You already have what it takes to succeed, but practice makes you a master. It also serves to find your true purpose. Leveling up in your career or business is a priority of right now. You know, focusing on your craft. To focus on your craft, which would mean you'd have to go inside, right? You have to really sit down and do the planning and the talking to yourself. What does this look like? What am I here to do? A lot of us, we need purpose. We like to feel purpose-driven in life. When we lack purpose, or we're in between, you know, the null and void of transitioning, whether it's through a job, move, even in the mind space, you know, getting onto a different frequency, changing people within your life, letting go of people that, you know, we still love them, but if people aren't willing to wake up and, you know, own their truth or even find their own truth and not follow the masses, you know, it's a lonely road spiritually awakening. So to be able to find what your craft would be, your gift to humanity, it takes a lot of soul searching, and that's something that can be very difficult at times, to discipline ourselves, one, to get in and do it, two, to rewrite that chapter of our book, right, that has all those, the past, right? 90% of the things that people think about in a day are things that happened yesterday or years before that. A very small percentage of it is forward thinking. I mean, besides driving a car, I know I'm gonna have to turn right up here, you know what I'm saying. A very small percentage of it. 1441, 55, you know, if you add those together, and as I say that, 0505. Did I hear a niner in there? Unexpected shift. AA, this number serves as a gentle nudge to pursue whatever interests you most. It's possible that something could rock your boat, but you'll end up exactly where you belong, which could be in somebody's arms, your dream job, abroad, etc. It is possible that something could rock your boat. Right now, I'm seeing the Two of Pentacles when the guy's on the boat, but he's focused on one, and that's kind of what it is. When we get knocked off of center, a lot of people get really wound up tight, and it becomes a feeling of misfortune or upheaval, or it could feel like you've been misguided or sniped out of something good that's for you. And the truth of the matter is that's how the universe, you know, we're communicating with the universe energetically. It's not so much the words that we're saying it, but the frequency in which we're saying it or putting it out there to the universe. You know, if you're like, you guys know about manifestation, you guys are advanced enough on the show, I shouldn't have to go through that with you. Sometimes getting knocked off our center allows us to find it again. And maybe it might not be the center we which thought it was. The only way, how did you guys get to where you are in your awakening? A bunch of bullshit, right? A bunch of hard times. Getting tripped up by other people mirroring back to you how you've been. Excuse me, I'm going to open the hatch to my shed. A lot of it is really relearning, growing. Start seeing, like, man, I'm in a mix of a bunch of freaking people that, like, how do I keep attracting these same people in my life? Well, obviously that's the universe. I shouldn't say obviously, because that in most cases is the universe trying to reflect back to you something that's an aspect within our physical being, right? We have our soul within us that's all knowing, which is connected to our higher self. And when we tap into that, we're able to have a lot better guidance. If we have a hard time doing that, or we haven't done so yet, and we're not as skilled or honed in our craft on connecting with the higher realms, it becomes a lot harder. So the universe will give us a little nudge And think of it as the tops when we were kids that you spin. You know, if it hits something and it starts kind of going off wobbly, well, maybe faulting over here isn't where your faulting center was anyways. You know what I'm saying? You might find something else over here that just gives you the skill you need to get back here, but ahead a little bit. So if you're going through something, I just encourage you to allow to go with the ebbs and flows. Keep a positive attitude. Keep love in your heart. Anything we do from the heart space creates an exponential amount of growth as a possibility for us to have. Everything is probability. It's if we take it or not. The energy is constantly moving and going. So we have to tap in, tune in. Hey, is that for me? It's not for me. Let me check. Nope. You know, we're powerful creators. We're creating our experiences too with the way that we feel. We're putting that energy out and we're attracting like things back towards us. All right, spiritual awakening 1001. And I always think of that as like a God sandwich. You got the buns and then you got the God force energy on the inside, you know? Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I'm loving it. Spiritual awakening, a new phase in a religious or spiritual quest. You're going through a spiritual awakening, which can feel like the dark night of the soul. You are on the path to enlightenment, and this too shall pass. I was talking to you guys about the dark night of the soul. I don't know about for you guys, but the dark night of the soul, I was in active addiction at that point. I was doing dope at that point, and let me tell you what, your mind, when you start seeing things that you're not used to seeing, and you're under the influence of narcotics or heavy drugs, that's a whole ass eye-opening, because right, we're opening these portals in our mind. It's what it is, okay? The dimensions are within our mind. It's our ability to ascend consciously to tap into the higher realms. Sometimes we open certain vortexes within our own being, right? And a lot of shit floods in. And I'm not going to say I had all terrible experiences. I experienced a lot of crazy things. Getting so it was really eye-opening. Everything I wanted to deflect or project onto somebody else of, oh, well, I did this because you hurt me, or I'm feeling like this because of this. It was a projection of myself. Everybody was mirroring back to me, I promise you. I started looking around. I started noticing the synchronicities and everything, the interactions I'd have with people. It's like if somebody was being an a-hole to me, I remembered a week ago how I was an a-hole back to somebody. And as much as I tried to turn it back on them, universe is like, nope, you're going to look at it. And it will. And it's like, why is everybody being like my worst part of myself? But it's scary. And then you get to the point where if you're religious or were born in that sort of upbringing, or you've been super programmed by, you know, I think that the luckiest people are the people that haven't been touched by religion or spirituality at all and then get to evolve. Hey, Stitchy boy. Is my personal perspective, you know, because we're become like, you don't, okay, say like I own my construction business. I build houses for a living. I'd rather have, and then I'm talking in the long-term scheme, 5-10 years down the road. You know, I've gotten some really good framers, and 90% of the time people that have been framing or working like I have for 15-20 years building, they probably just haven't started their own business for a specific reason. You know what I mean? They don't have the drive, or, you know, for some reason. If you have that much experience, I like to get the big check. I don't like working for other people and just getting a little cut off the block when I'm there, the guy that's there from 6 o'clock in the morning till 6 o'clock at night, you know, and you're the first guy on the job rolling everything out. I want to make the money of what I'm earned. This guy shows up during lunch break, stays for a few hours, you know what I mean, and then takes off, and he's getting a $30,000 check and you're getting $3,000. You know what I'm talking about is well, Spirit, what was I talking about? Totally slipped my mind. Incorporating oh yeah, being teachable. I want somebody that's teachable, not some, you know, oh, I've been doing this for about 15 years. Okay, well, you're on my job site. I want you to put your safety harness on when you're on a fucking 12 pitch roof, because that's code, because I don't want to get a code violation, and because I don't want to get dinged by the city, and I don't want to pay a fine. And you ain't paying the fine, so you know what I mean? Like, we all kind of find it's best through spirituality and religion to bring ourselves, it sucks because you die to everything you've known, everything you've been taught. This little box that we've allowed ourselves to be put in, right? We absorb. The subconscious mind remembers everything you've learned. You done learned and heard at the same damn time. You guys know what I'm saying. Everything that we've absorbed, even when we sleep and something's playing in our ear, our fucking subconscious brain is like, It's the best, hugest AI. AI doesn't have crap on the subconscious mind. And those of you that lucid dream, you know that because our imagination is so vast, and then all of everything that's stored within there. So I guess what I'm saying is we absorb a lot of stuff, and when we take it all in, it can be very hard to let go of what once was. Letting go is one of the hardest things I feel for the collective that it is to do, because we're not sure what it will be replaced with, because that is a trauma response, and we like to feel secure. We like to have confidence in our choices and our decisions, and when we don't have that, it's a scary thing, not knowing, right? And that's where the faith comes in. And really, let me just be honest with you. You're having faith in yourself. Do you trust yourself enough? Because you are that God source energy. You put your whole faith in the divine. If you're working from this right here, the big green guy, the heart chakra, you can't go wrong. You literally cannot. If you follow your heart and truly listen, to what is best for you, not what you need to hang on to because of finances, or what it's going to look like, or whose feelings you're going to hurt, when you're really being led by spirit, okay, your spirit, your soul, the divinity that's within you. We are magnificent beings. You know how amazing we are? I mean, yeah, we come down here and we're like, oh, we're relearning everything, or I don't know how to do that. Let me tell you, you guys already know everything I'm talking about. On a soul level, you already know this. I just chose this role at some point through all of my shenanigans to step up to be the guy to come and have a conversation with you guys to help you remember. We're a team. We're doing this together. We spit ideas off each other. It might not be somebody else's idea. This is just my perspective and my truth. This is my channeling. This is just how I move with spirit. It may or may not be for you, but you'll know what is, because you'll find yourself thinking about it, whether it's today, tomorrow, the next day. Oh, I remember, when Casey said that, and spirit will show you too. If it's meant a message, it's meant for you, and I say something, or you see the number, you're going to go back and you're going to remember it. That's how the universe is going to start showing you synchronicities. They will use each and every one of us, the divine force will, to get us to this common playing ground of agape love, divine love, not feeling jealous or envious or hatred towards anybody, full forgiveness. It's just the human emotions that keeps us trapped, really, guys. Right or wrong, the fear. Fear is the number one crippler of love. Fear is the call for needing more love. And I can speak on that from my own personal experience 100%. The more afraid I feel of something, or the more I don't understand something, the more that I want to call out for love. Even my inner child, like, I love you, don't be afraid. This is going to look a little scary here for a minute, but we got this. Sometimes we just have to, that's why our words are so powerful. They're like a sword. We cut right through that, fear, like with a samurai sword and a little cube of butter. We don't take no shit from no one, especially fear. And sad to say this, but everything is of God. We've taken that fear and created that consciousness ourselves, whether it's past lifetimes, this lifetime, we've all fed into it. It's like a big old looming cloud that just hangs around, you know that? We've created it. Now it's our turn to dismantle the fear form, the thought patterns and being afraid of everything. What they show on the news, how we feel inside, letting go, moving forward, leaving this relationship, loving ourselves, finding new habits. It's scary, but there's really nothing to be afraid of. It's just a thought form that we tap into. There's many of them. It's just, what are you choosing? What do you got in your wallet, right? 0707, compromise. I don't know why the hell I'm channeling commercials, but I guess it is what it is. Let go of no... Would you don't let go of that shit already, is what he's trying to say. Let go of what no longer serves you. Stop holding on to grudges. Thank you, Spirit. Express your emotions and aim towards a compromise. Where there is a lack of understanding, it is best to just move on. The truth will set you free. And people don't have to absorb your truth. And your truth might just be your perspective at that time. Looking back on other relationships and situations within the family dynamic or other friends, as years go by and you find that they're even evolving too, you can look at each other and just laugh. Like, that was so silly. For what? Because we're in that egoic consciousness, that unawakened aspect of ourself. You guys are getting crunk up in the credits. You guys are getting crunk over here. I need to get my glasses. I keep saying that. I need to go get them fixed at Walmart. What's up, Tay Tay? Love you, girl. do you all get over that thought that initially pops up, like that doubt and negativity? It is like a brain react and then trying to hide from what I think will make it happy. Okay, so I'm glad you asked that, because that to me is one of my, I've had to grow in that area so much, because when something scary pops into my head, right, and it's something that makes me feel a little out of control, I feel it in my stomach. I kind of get that turn feeling. I think this is one of the big ones that we all think about. I literally will take that thought. You're never going to be good enough to have that job. Let's say it's that, or she doesn't love you, or he doesn't love you the way that you love them. Okay, one, if that thought isn't pushing me forward, isn't of love, isn't of positivity, isn't giving me a slap on the ass and a good game, I don't want it. So I'm going to look at it and I'm going to say, why are you coming into my mind, into my conscious thoughts? Because we're choosing that thought, right? Whether we know it or not, we are. Because that's our fear from the way back North 40 that's coming up and resonating within us in that moment. That's our own self showing us, hey, we got to let go of something. We need to look at this. So it's going to come up. Now we can either dismiss it and then try to think of something else, change the subject, get on our phone, whatever we do. Because we all have our habits that we, instead of distinguishing it with love, okay? I see that I have problems with fear of letting go, or insecurity, or feeling codependent is what those characteristics or behavior patterns would be, right? If you're afraid somebody doesn't love you the way that you love them, well, let me just tell you this. You can only love somebody to the level at which you love yourself. And you can only accept love from somebody else to the level at which you love yourself, how deep you've met you. So that comes with insecurity and lack of self-love. And that's okay, because we're all working on that. But that just shows you there's a need to go deeper within yourself so that you can receive it, you know? Our perspective. Maybe are we only choosing to see what fits our agenda? Is there an opportunity to look at something in a different way? Look at it. When I feel something scary, I actually say, I know that it's most likely a thought form or a piece of my inner child of some sort that's trying to show me something. I'll say, look, I love you. I thank you for being there all those years when I was unawakened, trying to, protect me. So if I felt afraid, I wouldn't go out. I wouldn't go do it. But now I'm here, so I'm thinking the fear, right? Because if we meet everything with love, and people are going to say, you're so fucking full of shit. Love and fucking light doesn't cover everything. Bullshit. Love and light does cover everything. That is the essence of the truest being that we are. Absolutely. You can meet fear with love. The devil, we take an energy that we created ourselves, right? Fear and doubt and anger and hatred. We created that. Many eons and thousands of hundreds of years ago of us incarnating into this same realm, trying to change our family pattern, right? We incarnate. That's why it's important to be, if you are a father and you didn't like the way your father raised you, it's important to really, and they did the best of what they could with what they had, and maybe they didn't. Maybe that was a part of your growing, your contract moving into this. But let's just say, now that you have 2 kids, okay, you're a dad and you have kids. Now you're getting pretty old and they have their kids, so you have great-grandkids. Okay, there's a good probability you're going to come back within a great-grandkid or the next grandkid, okay? Until you can clean up that family line, that DNA from trauma, alcoholism, unforgiveness, physical or mental abuse, unlovingness, you're going to keep incarnating into that, and that's what we don't get. We are creating the future in our very existence right now. Absolutely. That is what's so important about what we're doing here. And we think, well, what's my gifts, or what is this? If something scares you or something makes you feel less than, and it's coming from within here, you face it. Look, I'm going to talk to myself. Pull up a chair, Case. I love you, but what are we going to, let's look at this. What is this feeling coming from? Why does this keep coming up in my head? Universe, Holy Spirit, higher self, right? That's what we're really working with, a higher dimensionality of who we truly are, the full essence of our soul aspect that we're down here having this experience. Let's talk about this, guys. What do you want to show me? Get a pen and paper, write it down. If it keeps coming up, then have a talk with it. Yeah, you're going to look a little fucking crazy, but you look crazier allowing that shit to eat you alive every day and missing out on a million good opportunities for exponential amount of spiritual soul growth and opening your heart and enjoying a little bit of this existence. Which one seems a little more insane to you? I'm just putting that out there. You guys, if we have the courage to do what it takes to stand in our truth, even if we're looking at our shit, it's all about looking at our own shit, right? Because if we can fix what are we in control of? The way we act, the way we behave, our very own existence. Nobody else. That's their duty. When we can look at our stuff and say, okay, I treat myself good. I have good self-care. I've went through a lot of shit and been a lot of things, but I ain't what I used to be, and I thank myself for going through that so I could be this now. Find gratitude in your shit, man. And drop that backpack off and fucking let it go. Like Elsa on a hilltop. It's time to let some shit go. This is the now. Live in the now, because now is what's creating your future for your children. If you have kids, whatever the dynamic might look like, even if it's just for yourself, other people are constantly observing us. It's like Holy Spirit's just got a feather like this. Constantly observing our ways of being. We are human beings. You're going to have a resonance energy that you have about you when you start healing certain aspects about yourself. Good Lord, Holy Spirit. I'm about to sneeze too. He says, tell him. And you clean and you clean up your bloodline for yourself. You carry an energy, a specific energy within our auric field, right? It can't see it. Some can, but it gets bigger. You're touching more people than you really realize. The essence of who you are. Man, I remember you 2 years ago, you were so effed up and just so full of hate or whatever it may look like. And now I've watched you over the last let's just say 6 months. Because at first, and you find somebody that's way off, and then now they're over here honking if you love Jesus. You're gonna question that, like, okay, you found God and now you're better, you know what I mean? Because we do that with religion anyways, I could say, but when you really see this person being a better person, I mean, say you're even going through some stuff and you just so happen to have this encounter, because this is how the Holy Spirit's going to use you to work on another, right? At Walmart, hey man, how you doing? And you just have this intuitive inkling to reach out to somebody that's been your judger, right? You break a huge wall right there. This guy's like, man, he really did change. You should have just, it was like talking to Jesus himself, the stuff that came out of his mouth and just the embrace, and he really helped me look at something different. Like, never underestimate exactly where you are in the moment you are. Don't ever minimize your healing, what you've been through. Yeah, it might not look like Joe Schmo, and you might not have your YouTube channel with 50,000 fucking followers, but you're authentic, you're you. It's not about, if you're reaching people like this, that's awesome. Personal encounter is so important too. It's so important to remember to exist in the people around us, our circle, right? The people closest to us. We want to heal that, because 90% of the time, okay, I'm just going to bring this home. We incarnate in soul tribes, okay? This is a big aspect. So there's probably like 10 to 15 people that come down. That is a huge aspect, right? A big refraction of light off the main Christ consciousness that has specific personalities, polarities, healing abilities. We've just incarnated several times. Most of the time, you'll notice a bunch of people, they're all the good ones die, they're all dying. It's because it's soul family. They're all going, back home so that they can come up with a game plan to come back down again. We're a part of that. So when we come seated here, start noticing who's in your circle. You can't pick, unfortunately. Down here, you're like, this motherfucker, every time I turn around, he's right there, and God, he drives me nuts, okay? That's probably, like, your best friend on the other side, you know what I mean? Or your mom, or whatever it is. Might not be your mom in this lifetime, but it could be, and it's just like, this motherfucker. And they're going to be the ones that push you to grow the most. They're going to irritate you. They're going to mirror exactly back to you the way that you've been, or the things that you do, just at different times, and you might have a lot of, divine encounters of mishaps or misunderstandings, and it's to grow the consciousness. But you really love them. It's like when they're not in your life, it sucks, because it's like, dude, I just love you. You hold space. If you're ahead of somebody else, you just hold space for them. You give them space to come in, and you just hold an abundance of love. Hey, yo, man, he'll figure it out. When he's ready and he's growing and he's let go of his stuff, he will. Pray. I promise. Put the word out there to the universe. Now, we don't want to intervene with somebody else's, divine life path. But it ain't going to hurt to shoot them some love, because when you're shooting them universal love, man, that's going to open up their heart space. That's going to broaden their perspective and them to perceive things different. When they're met with love instead of strife all the time, they might actually open up to change. I'm a stubborn son of a bitch. It took me to get hit upside the head probably 50 times by myself before I decided to learn, because that's just me. I have a rebellious spirit. That is just me. I'm defiant. I want to do it on my own. I don't need nobody. And that's changed so much, because I've been a hermit for a long part of my life. Even when I'm around people, I'm still in here. You know what I mean? And me being spiritually awakened in my family, it's very new. It's scary. A lot of my family thought I was lost my mind, and I fucking with the cards. It was scary because that's all they knew was that it was demonic, or that I was calling on something not of the light. You know what I mean? They didn't even know that. It's just a programming. And me being me is allowing, it gives space for others to grow and to realize they don't have to be me. They don't have to think or understand the way that I understand, but I hold space for them to come into it. Confirmation. That's so funny. I wonder what time it is. 9:58. Which my computer's on Oregon time still. I need to. I tried to change the date. I couldn't figure it out, and it's 8:58 actually. So I hope whatever I can't see. Sorry, Yatcher Slaughter. I hope that helped answer your question about like kind of going within. When I get channeling, it just kind of spews out. Turns out it's not an oracle channel after all. We've pulled 4 cards. I love it when we get to channeling like this though, because a lot of the things that come from the heart space or that come through, that's kind of how my gifts work. Like the Holy Spirit will show me stuff within my life or dynamics, and then I'll know how. It's just kind of how I cue into my spirit guides of how to work with stuff, because I wouldn't be bringing it up. I trust the universe enough and my higher self and my love team that I work with in spirit, my passed on loved ones, that root for me. They're going to bring stuff to the forefront that is something I've been through, and I know that if it's coming out, then it's somebody else that needs the message, right? And the collective is going to also hear, and that's going to touch them in a heart space. And that's what the goal is to touch people in the heart so that they have this exponential amount of fucking purge, cry, get angry. Those are all human emotions. And then don't fucking pick up the pieces. Don't worry about the pieces. Let them fall where they are. Get right here. You don't need to put nothing back over that heart and harden it. Now it's time to just take the next step forward, one step at a time, one day at a time. Don't worry about what it's going to look like, how you're going to heal it, how you can fix it, who's going to be there. You got you. You don't know it, but you do. You're your biggest advocate. You are love. You are gratitude. You are a beautiful being here. You are part of God himself here having an experience. You're experiencing your own consciousness. We just forget that. It's about remembering. And when you're not on a level, I have to train myself that too. Like, what does that even mean? I have to bring myself back down here to earth and really remember I did chose this, damn it. And once you just get with the program and get to accepting it real soon, it gets a lot nicer. So there's that. As shitty as my shit's been, it's because of my own self, and I chose it. Because everything I've gone through that was hard made me exactly why I'm so magnificent and full of love and optimism and just light. I can see the guy behind the curtain in Wizard of Oz. Okay, let's just say that. I know that guy. It was me the whole time. Do not look behind the curtain. I'm gonna look behind the curtain, motherfucker. Don't do it. I'm fucking doing it. Right? We do that shit to ourselves constantly. And when you fucking jerk that curtain back and you realize it's just your little hurt self back there, you're like, buddy, come here and bring it in. Who wants a mom hug? For real, guys, we take shit so heavy, and we there's such a need for lightheartedness in a lot of the situations that are hard, because think back to like 5 years ago when stuff sucked real big ass for you, right? You think back 4 years ago during the COVID-19 bullshit. It was rough for everybody, It was rough for me. I couldn't go to the bar. They shut all the bars down, and I was a bar hopping sumbitch, right? I lost all my lower vibrational frequency friends that I fed off the ego of, and they off of me, and I had to look at my shit, man. But that was the purpose of it. That was the whole fucking purpose, right? Look how many people got into creative endeavors, opened up their own channels, started their own little shops of jewelry or t-shirt printing or whatever it may be. They went back and touched into the feminine creative side. See, so what's always on the outside perspective meant to look terrible it really did create a lot of good. Humanity has made leaps and bounds. Even, I don't watch the news, and I don't for a reason. Because I already know what consciousness that is being tapped into, and it's not one that I'm in alignment with anymore. So why do I need to hear it? What difference does it make if I know so and so shot up a school? Can I change it, or do I just add to the fear and the fear mongers? Do I just feed that frequency my light? Fuck that. I'm gonna be over here. Those kids are good. They're back in the light. Yes, for those of you that lost them, yeah, we're going to miss them. And my heart goes out to you guys. But that was for a reason, so you can have soul growth through the pain. Do you guys get what I'm saying? Life is, it's a game. We're on stage. It's how, none of this shit's real, okay? It is, yes, here. But for the soul, like, this is just a blip. This is just a little fucking dollop of daisy. It's nothing. This bit of time, we have eternity to experience itself, right? For those of you that believe we are the higher consciousness of Christ, God, universe, we'll be here forever to write our shit. So let's just hurry up and get it all fixed. We're learning, we're growing. Yeah, we'd like to advance the species. I mean, it's this only the 5th time our species has been fucking wiped out because of our own stupidity, our own, we do it to ourselves. I don't know where I got that number from. That was super channeled because I don't know why I would say the 5th time. But I trust Spirit to say that. I mean, we're here unlocking DNA. Like, wait till we get a lot more advanced. And I can't wait to come back through my great-grandkids and just be like, Holy Spirit, activate, activate, activate. I'm going to be in a diaper just singing this shit because we're going to be so advanced. I ain't even going to fucking crawl, okay? I ain't even going to use the toilet. I'm not even going to use a diaper. I'm going straight to the shitter as a newborn. Like, I'm talking about advanced, okay? Like, telepathically, tell grandma 2 cubes of sugar and a little bit of cream in my coffee, please. There ain't no getting up or text messaging on Snapchat. We don't even need, all that shit will go away because we will have a conscious awareness, intuitive connectedness through love and telepathy. And I wish I could bet you guys on that. I guarantee it. I don't guarantee it. And if I see you on the other side, you owe me a light beer. That is actually really funny, right? God, I'm so funny. Mom, are you making friends with my family in here? Oh my gosh. Well, you guys see where I get my big, bubbly Fulton personality. For those of you guys that don't know, Robin Landis in the chat's actually my birth mother. Actually, through my awakening, I thought she wasn't my real mother, and she had a sister that died, and she adopted me, and then I was stuck with Quilla DeVille. But boy, haven't we come a long way. I'm serious. Like, the shit that we'll go through. All right. Gonna chew my ass for vaping anyway, so it's my channel, Mom. I'll do what I want. All right, where do we want to go with this, Holy Spirit? Let's talk about the frequency, right? We're talking about higher vibrational and frequencies. All right. I thought the comments were a little more chit-chat tonight. Turns out my mother's in the comments. It's actually the first time my mom's watched my channel. I sent it to her finally. I don't know. I think she knew I was doing it because I told her, but I actually sent her the link and I was like, well, here we go. Because, this is my platform to talk about my own experiences in healing, and my mom's been part of my soul tribe. I mean, she's part of my soul clan that I come in with every time. I've been her mom. She's been my mom. I mean, we've done it all. We've had a great time together. We've wanted to kill each other. But at the same time, like, there ain't nobody that I laugh harder with or gets it, Like, I've been able to help my mom break out of a box, too, of her own thinking. Like, we'll go time without talking for whatever reason, we get busy in life, but she'll send me shit from the Gaia channel, and she's like, Casey, check this out on the pyramids, or, like, conscious awareness. I just seen an orb go behind me. And we'll see shit like that, and then I see it, and then I'm like, oh man, Holy Spirit's been working on Mom, because it is scary. It is, because we're so fearful, like, if you don't obey God, or if you're pulling on these cards, like, I don't want you to get trapped here. We already are trapped. It's about getting out of the box, you know what I mean? And it's so hard to tell other people that just aren't ready to hear it, because it scares the fucking shit out of them. It does, and you worry, and especially if it's your child or somebody that you're close to, it scares you, because you're worried about their soul. You're worried about their sovereignty, and, you know? Sometimes the way that we care, you know, can also be our love, like it says in the Bible. You know, love is patient, love is kind, love it does not boast, it does not brag, it doesn't covet. And we as human beings has really used love a lot. And when I say love, that means I don't have to have you. I don't want to smother you. I want you to be exactly the way you are, even if it's without me. I love you. I love that you're unique. I love that you're your own. I love you for today, and then I might not have you tomorrow. I love you for eternity. That's the love I'm talking about, you know, and that's a very hard thing to do, because as human beings, we just want to hold tight to everything, and we forget to have gratitude, and we forget the longevity and what a memory, or the way that an interaction with somebody can touch our spirit and our heart, and how long lasting that truly is. And that's why we miss people when they're gone, because it was those times. And what it is it's grief and shame that we didn't hang on to that or cherish it as much as we should have, you know. It's a deeper understanding into that aspect of why we grieve so much, you know. They're still here all around us, you know. I see dead people. It's so fucked up, but, you know, I'm thinking about that Sixth Sense movie, but being able to talk, you know, and I'm not saying, you know, sometimes I get a lot of passed on loved ones that come through, and I have to really shut it down. And that was another thing for my family, is like, how the fuck why are you, you know what I mean? You're not talking to nobody. Grandma, you know, my sister told me, Grandma's not in this fucking godforsaken place, but it's just that small-mindedness. Like, you guys all have the ability to connect with anybody that's passed on that you love, you know. We all have it. It's not just, you know, just because I've tapped into my stuff. I'm not even all the way there. I'm like a gnat's ass of fucking my full potential, you know. And a lot of it's just been fear of fucking coming out of the closet and what I do. You know, I don't tell everybody, hey, I'm a psychic medium. People fucking laugh. And if they're open to it, that it'll flow. It'll come to, and it'll be able, you know. I don't have these conversations with people in my life, rarely, because some people just aren't ready for it. I know that they're not. You guys are probably the same way. There's probably people that you don't get to talk to, and it is a lonely path. It gets hard. It gets really hard to be alone, and wow, look at that. To keep everything within, because you want to share it, because it's so beautiful, because it's exciting, because you're experiencing these things. And, you know, it's like telling a blind person what the color red looks like. You know what I mean? You can't. And even if you got partial the way there, you can't be like, well, it's kind of like an orange and a yellow. Like, that doesn't even fucking make sense. You know what I mean? It's something that people have to experience for themselves. You can drive it home all fucking day, but they just ain't gonna catch the ball. You know what I mean? They're out there with no mitt and their hands behind their back like this, and they got a hell of a bob and dive, you know, and they'll be out there forever. If you don't believe it, a lot of it is believing. If you cut yourself off from your own divinity and your own God source power, and you choose to put the blinders on, then that's what it'll be. Only can we choose to awaken. Only can we choose to come into what we truly are. Some people choose not to, and that's okay. For the highest good of all, Holy Spirit, holy angels. Perception. All right. I love this deck. It's absolutely gorgeous. Number 19, delight. The frequency of delight supports our capacity to create and experience things and feelings of intense joy and happiness. The more delight we feel, the more delight we invoke in others. And we're talking about frequencies here, right? Not that you guys could see it because of the glare, and damn sure ain't reading those words. They're so tiny. Maybe because the words, you know, the most important word on the card is the one it's big, and maybe that means something to somebody. You know, what really matters is what's going to come to your head, or your intuition, or Maybe the things that you don't exactly, it doesn't matter. The small print doesn't matter. You know, get yourself in alignment with what matters. Look at what matters. Number 26, empowerment. Focus on that. You know what I mean? If that's, I'm going to empower myself today. Look at the bigger picture, I guess, is what I'm hearing. The frequency of empowerment supports our ability to show up fully and completely, uniting us with others in the deep trust that we are all connected through the same source. That's empowerment enough for me, right? I love all you guys. All you guys in here, if bees had knees, you'd be them. Isn't it cool realizing that we all are really connected? And it kind of does make you have an ill feeling in your stomach when you think about what we do to each other. You know, the unlovingness and the depths we can go of hatred, or, you know, just we talked about the school shootings or stuff like that. It sucks. So empowering ourselves to empower others is man, that's going down in the book of life. You'll never just know you're getting kudos in the spirit realm. You're being clapped for. Your whole spirit team that's up there that's like, okay, we sent her in. I told you I should have went this time. You know, you take your lumps and you get depressed and you get down. You don't want to look at life, and your team's like, come on, man, budge. And you're just in bed for fucking days on end, and you're just like, I can't fucking do life anymore. I don't want to do it. Why the fuck did I come here? Did I come here? Was I forced to come here? This place is a fucking prison. All the shit we do to ourselves. But when you find empowerment in the fact that we're fucking all right, man. There is a fucking light at the end of the tunnel because you're the fucking light. Been the fucking light my whole life. You know, the empowerment of that is so fucking powerful. The frequency of empowerment supports our ability to show up fully and completely, uniting us with others in the deep trust that we are all connected through the same source. If that doesn't make you want to become more consciously aware of the way, one, you treat yourself, but two, the way that we treat others, you're blind. You're absolutely blind, you know, to the point of it all. And that's the lesson, right? That's why we come here. That's why we're experiencing these things, because we've been blind to it for so long. Number 29. That's an 11. Somebody could be 29 years old. Somebody could have lost somebody at 92 this year, I'm hearing. Healing. Maybe this person even had an ability to self-heal themselves, and you've seen that. I'm hearing Buddhist monk for some reason, through the eyes of it all. You ever look into somebody's eyes and like, this is kind of like what Spirit's showing right now, and you can see like all the little tiny lines and how it looks like mountains and how deep it is. Like, I don't know why they're showing me that. And when I look into this card, I kind of see the same thing, like the healing, the depth of it all. Maybe looking somebody in the eyes, it'll be healing, you know. I tell you guys about your spirit guides taking physical form. Don't ever underestimate the Holy Spirit to transform and just make that eye contact with somebody. It could be a divine being that just shows up, you know. There's been crazier things that have happened, you know, and I'll share one of those with you here in a second. Never take that away from yourself to not make eye contact or to feel less than. The eyes are the gateway to the soul. We can heal other people through the eyes, you know what I mean? The physical being, the human body, there's nothing extraordinary about it. We all got the same one, but we all do not have the same eyes. There's no exact set of eyes that all of us have, and that is what our uniqueness is. And that tells you something about how we all have our own unique soul and soul expression. There's not one set of eyes. I do believe the eyes are the gateway to the soul. You can tell a lot about somebody through their eyes. Healing. The frequency of healing supports our intrinsic ability to restore our health, our wholeness, by consciously using the information that comes to us through our senses and harmonizing everything accordingly. Touch, taste, feel, smell. If you feel the need to go get a salad, or you want to have some chicken on the barbecue instead of, you know, making heavy meals, start listening to your intuition. Your intuition can help you. Well, I'm seeing like a huge aura of red in front of me. Our intuition is what helps guide us here, you know. Even these physical senses, we don't have these, you know. Spirit saying enjoy your meals here while you can, because we don't have food on other planets. We eat light, you know. If we even eat, that's just kind of only the way to put it. We're light beings. We're already made of, you know, energy is what we are, you know. That's how we revitalize ourselves, is energy. But here we have to keep the vessel alive. So, especially with the food that, I mean, I will not eat McDonald's. That is like a -0 vibrational fucking burger right there. You are what you eat. Do you ever feel like shit after you eat a big fat burger and fries that just taste, it tastes like shit, really, and you feel like shit? It's because we're high frequency vibrational beings within this body, and it's like, bro, you ain't gonna fucking put that in here. And you're like, you did put it in there. And a lot of you, through your spiritual awakening, probably aren't even wanting the same foods, craving different foods, craving a lot healthier vegetables, fruits and vegetables. I see like more grapes and mangoes and maybe stuff you haven't tried in a long time, kiwis, incorporating carrots with a little bit of ranch, some stuff, just things that you normally wouldn't have. Maybe you didn't like spinach as a kid, but now you like spinach, even if, whether not cooked. I'll tell you what, I can't do the cooked spinach. My grandma used to put that red wine vinegar on that motherfucker. Oh, shit. One, it cleared your sinuses. Two, I don't even know what the fuck that was in the pot picking it up. It looked like a dead fish, all fucking scaled up and folded back on itself. Like, ugh. I can't say that I'd want to try cooked spinach again unless it's like in a quiche, or, you know what I mean, baked inside of a big portobello mushroom. There's some things that just ruined her for me. But listen to your body. Your body's always going to tell you what it needs and what it wants. I'm not saying, like, I've been an insatiable hunger lately, and it's really weird because I normally eat about a salad. I'll have like eggs, farm eggs from my mother-in-law's chickens, and like some turkey bacon, which still the turkey bacon, like, I try to get away from the additives and preservatives as much as I can, and it's really hard to do that in this nation. For those of you that are aware, that's why I have a garden. I'm trying to grow my own stuff, but even or have my own chickens that we butcher that eat the food that that we're giving it, because you don't know what's inside your food, and really that dumbs us down a lot. When we can't have that clean connection throughout our body, it makes it hard to tap into our intuition and with spirit and to channel and to do those sorts of things. So listen to your intuition. Number 1, the root chakra. The root chakra is one of our lower chakras that keeps us connected and grounded into this earth, because we are light beings, we are energy, and the ground has I was just listening to a whole podcast on this. It has a zero charge of some sort. Is it a negative charge? And a lot of people that are sick, or if you look in other cultures, people that are very ill, they'll dig a hole and they'll bury them in the ground and keep their head up, and that's how they healed people, because they don't have Western medicine and shit like that. You know what I mean? That's how they. Excuse me, I had to close this door real fast. Like Motel 8, I'll leave the light on for every bug in the county. The root chakra. What are you talking about? Creativity. Discover. One of the ways the divine wants to connect you through creativity, through creative expression. It gets you out of your busy mind to feel, listen, and to know how to best flow with energy through you. You are being called to tap into your creative side, to reconnect and discover many talents. Be open to the process and let the flow without judging yourself. The root chakra frequency. The frequency of the root chakra, the red flower of life, stimulates passion and supports our sense of security on the physical plane, both in our bodies as well as in the physical world. Stitch. This is the Casey and Stitch show. I will tell you, I am not a cat person, but this cat, he's a little galactic being inside there. He's a shapeshifter. Aren't you, buddy? The frequency, okay, perception, number 35, which is an 8. You could be born in the 8th month. You could be born on the 8th of the month. The frequency of perception supports our natural curiosity, moving us beyond our comfort zone to find the edges of what we perceive as real and to take a good, hard, deep look at it. And that falls right in line with talking about spiritual awakening and waking up. Let's talk about this. Repair, Evolution, and Growth Oracle deck. I really like this deck because it kind of goes a little bit deeper inside. Today I came out and actually straightened up all my cards, and there's pretty neat cards in this deck. Holy Spirit, Holy Angels, for the highest good of the collective. Help me to tie this message ahead together for the collective, please. Abundance, security, decision in fear and control. And we tapped on that earlier. This is that one that came out earlier when I was, can I get a little room on here, or are you just going to take up, yeah, you're going to take up the whole bench? Abundance and security. Money is energy like everything else. You want it to flow and not to be trapped. Trust that the universe will take care of you. Take care of you. We'll take care of you. They could use some periods in here. Gives off the energy of abundance and expectancy in every dollar you receive. You want it to flow and not to feel trapped. Trusting that the universe will take care of you gives off the energy of abundance and expectancy in every dollar you receive. Know that you are supported and money will flow. I did get my GED, for those of you that are wondering. I'll tell you, I can channel some of the craziest words, and I'll wake up and I'll be like, what? How the hell do I even know that? Like, if I eat something, there'll be a word that comes up in biology that's like a huge long word, and I'll channel it right before, like biomes. I channeled that before I was eating a freaking mushroom, and I was like, okay, I'm going to look the word up, but the simplest stuff, you know, miss a period in there or comma, and I'm freaking lost. Decision in fear and control, which we were talking about this earlier, and they need to control and to put that, and that to put us in fear. Some decisions and choices that you have made are based on fear and not heart-centered knowledge. Fear is your ego wanting control. Take a step back and make a responsive choice rather than a reactive one. Then you are able to see the truth of the best choice with a calm and centered manner. You're killing me, Smalls. Love you, but you gotta go. Gonna look like a freaking Persian rug by the time I get out of here if that cat keeps rubbing on me. High vibrations and transformation. I love, this is that card I seen in here earlier. Big ol' heart. You have chosen to step into a higher vibration that is in alliance with your soul path and higher knowing. You now have the awareness that you are limitless and ready for transformation. How cool is that? Wanting to put that out there on, where is that other deck? On the root chakra. All right, Holy Spirit, Holy Angels, for the highest good of the collective messages that need to come out. Empathy. I am open to seeing both sides of a situation. We're talking about making decisions in fear and using our perspective. Discipline. I can accomplish what I set my mind to. Disappointments is not the end. There is hope even in the darkest of nights. I feel like I need to read that from the book because it landed on there for a specific reason. These cards are absolutely stunning. All right, number 10, disappointments. I don't know, all of a sudden I feel like this energy, like this sense of hurry. So maybe somebody else feels like that, or that's like normally not a frequency that I'm in, or tapping in the collective energy, I can feel that. Maybe somebody needs to slow down a little bit, especially with decision making, or maybe somebody has taken a really good amount of time within their growth and having this perspective and empathy. And the discipline within your discernment of certain things, changing your perspective to have this transformation and to become aligned with that higher vibrational frequency and the essence of who you truly are. And that's where the transformation, I can't say that because transformation takes part in all aspects of our healing journey. We'll say the ascension process to really coming into what that looks like. Disappointment is not the end. Disappointments can be a difficult emotion to experience, and afterward, it can feel hard to have hope again. It is okay to be disappointed. Disappointment is an aspect of life that is inevitable, and being human, it is a messy journey full of twists and turns. We do our best what we can with the knowledge that we have, but not everything turns out as we hope. In the truth, No disappointments or mistakes make us any less of the beautiful, wonderful people that we are. If you have pulled this card, it might be a sign that the fear of disappointment is hindering your path. Practice courage and acceptance. There is always hope, beloved, and happiness is waiting for you just ahead. An acceptance exercise. If you feel fear around disappointment or have experienced disappointment, then it might be good to practice developing acceptance around it. If we are unable to accept that a disappointment has occurred, it can cause prolonged pain. By avoiding the reality of the disappointment, it may feel as though holy cow. When do we get into Mercury retrograde? Because I already feel like I can't talk for crap. By avoiding the reality of our disappointments, it may feel as though we are protecting ourselves from pain, but it will ultimately hinder our ability to go after what we desire in the future. Try to accept the disappointments, and they will come and go, and know that you are strong enough to try again. Do not let disappointments or fear of being disappointed stop you from living your glorious life. Responsive journal. I heard somebody say glorious. When you think, I love these journaling prompts because this really is doing the work. When you think about disappointments, how does it feel in your body? Do you experience feelings of anxiety or fear? Ask your inner child how they feel about disappointments and if there's anything you can do to help them feel more accepted and loved around the disappointments. That definitely came out here for somebody. And it's okay to feel disappointed, but you know what? Don't linger in that energy. I told you guys, feelings of all types. It's important to let them come and go, but we do not have to accept it, like it said, accept it for what it is, but don't accept that reality that shitty shit just happens to you. We have to transcend that thought form and come back to the wholeness of what we truly are within the light, right? All right, Holy Spirit, Holy Angels. Wow, this deck is talking. All right. I like that bottom of the deck. All right. Searching within. What I see outside of myself is simply a mirror of my inner self. Today, I empower myself by looking past outer conditions and searching within for the source of a difficulty in my life. My inner wisdom will always help me to face life's challenges. It provides me best answers and my greatest healing. As I study myself, I am transformed. I love these cards because they all go back to the I am, and it's such a powerful mantra to get in the habit of saying, I am that I am. I am a powerful creator. I am willing to look within myself and heal aspects that I don't have to hold on to. I am responsible with my healing. The universe responds to the vibration of that and the belief behind it, right? And fake it till you make it. I am light. Today the light is within me. The light surrounds me. The light protects me. I remain light-filled and joyful, regardless of what circumstances may arise. I am a diamond shining forth in all of my splendor. I am worthy of the divine within me. I love that. These are wonderful cards to pull in the morning, you know what I mean? And just to, even if you just peek in there and you pull something out, you know, and to say, you know, how is this resonating for me, you know, or show me what I can work on. Set an intention with your higher self. Your own energy will work with you. Since I pulled this one out, nothing is by accident. Soul family, strength. Finding your soul family is a blessing that reaps many benefits. You are being asked to reach out and explore to find your soul connections. They will feel familiar, safe, and trusted when you meet them. Send out your intentions to connect with your soul family and see who comes your way. And I've got you guys, you know. I never would have had this soul family, not like this, if I didn't have the courage to reach out. And that just goes to show the powerful creators that we are. I've been asking about having soul family and other people that could align with me. Don't have to align exactly, but we can be vibrating at a similar frequency so we can enjoy life at that level. My creative power. I recognize the creative power of my thoughts. I know that I can use them to build or to destroy. Today I choose to use my thoughts and create a universe filled with joy and harmony. I will remain a positive attitude. I have the power to create love and peace. Growing. These pictures on here are so beautiful. I really need to get like a magnifying glass, one for myself, but two so you guys can see better. Huh? Today I understand that I am here to learn, to discover, and to grow. When I nourish myself with my inner light, my inner divinity grows. When I study the message that life brings me, I am improved. I am improved in the eyes of God, which is your own self, right? The higher aspect of yourself. When I strike a balance between the material and spiritual worlds, I am freed of inner conflicts. In these ways, I grow my soul. And that is so hard too, to, with running a business and having a bunch of kids, it's hard to find the balance in between. I love doing this and I love bringing the messages, but I also know that what I'm doing out there is also going to grow me in here, Man, if I could just be, in spirit all day, I would. Because I think about it all day. I think about God all day long. I think about the Christ consciousness. I think about the angels, past on loved ones, my higher self, my soul tribe. I think about that literally all day. If I see a bird or I hear caca, I look at the time. I check the angel number. It's never ending for me, and it's like, I think sometimes at this point it's a huge awakening, and it's always been about that. The more I awaken, the more I'm able to heal myself and recognize, because I kind of mirror back to myself what I need to be working on. And sometimes I'll go back to some of my earlier reads, and there'll be things in there for me that I needed, and I listen to some of my videos in a not a condescending way, or it is a channel. A lot of the things I channel, it's not that I don't remember, but there's so much good stuff in there, and a lot of these messages are for me, they're from my higher self, and you guys get it. Self-love. Today I love myself fully. I accept myself exactly the way that I am. I am able to recognize my own divinity and to appreciate the purity of my soul. I take the time to care for myself. I enjoy myself. I nourish myself. I am kind to myself, and I am grateful for who I am. Those I am mantras, excuse me, are absolutely magnificent. That's the mindset. That's becoming the self-aware part, so that we can become consciously aware, and then we become universally aware of, right now we just need to focus on the self, because that's a big thing out there. I can drive myself nuts not knowing. Nobody will ever know everything, but I will when I get on the other side. So put that in your pipe and smoke it. I don't know. I'm so eager. I have such a curious spirit. This box that they put us in, I ain't fucking buying your shit. I know there's more to life than this. The 9 to 5, the sweating and friggin'. I know when I see a fucking bird say caca and it's 4:44 that's a fucking sign. You ain't gonna tell me that it ain't. The more I get close to my divinity and who I am, the stronger I get within that. And the more I look at the paradigm of the shit that for those that are of the light also, right? Their consciousness was the aspect of that soul comes from the light, but we choose when we come down here where we're going to vibrate at. If you're still in that old fucking unaware conscious, or like the Dark Lords, or you know what I mean, the people that choose that side of the consciousness, it's just consciousness, it's just a frequency. There really is no evil. Okay, there's shitty shit that happens here on earth, but that when it all goes back, there's not evil. There's not a hell, it all goes back to the light, right? We have our life reviews and we're like, oh, you fucking chose wrong. Hit me again, Ike, this time. Put some stank on it. I don't know about all that, but I know here that there are people that are, the Illuminati, those that are delved way into like fucking mind manipulation and doing that shit on others through media, through certain frequencies in movies or music. Like, you're not gonna fuck with me. Okay, I'm aware of that shit, and that's why I become consciously aware. I am a divine one. I am a part of the light army. I came here to break down that fucking facade in your old ass paradigms. Now, what I talk about might be a little woo woo, but I'm gonna tell you, I see ya. You know what I mean? You ain't fucking with us. Not in this soul tribe. We're awoke. You know what I mean? So when I hear the bird caw, I'm gonna be looking for your little sneaky ass doing the next underhanded stuff. Like, I already know. Today we were watching a show, and I could hear like this frequency, because I listen to frequencies a lot. And you guys know that, which is weird. Today's the first time I didn't play music. You guys notice that? Normally I always have something going. Huh, because I'm at my own frequency. Thanks, Metatron. And he's like, what? And I said, do you hear that? And then he paused it, and then he's like, played it again, and he paused it. You know, he's a little quick to the slow. He's like, fuck, that is a frequency. And I said, isn't that weird? Because I play binaural beats, theta waves and stuff, gamma and all that when we sleep at night, you know, and just to, well, it's a whole long story, but he's getting used to hearing the frequencies too. So I know I'm not, you know what I mean? And we're just going to shine the light on that shit is basically what we're going to do. When we become self-aware, we can become consciously aware, and we can actually start calling fuckers out like that. You know, the fake elections and all their bullshit and all these fucking clones and AIs that are walking in a skin suit. Like, you ever met somebody that just doesn't look like a fucking human being? It's working at a spot, or it's just weird. You do cars that drives themselves and shit. You can't even take a shit and scroll on Facebook because you're on fucking candid camera. You know what I mean? We're putting these two out. I am the light of the world. I get on my little fucking tangents too sometimes. And it's just, and I can bring love to that. I laugh, okay, because I see that. But when you become awake, you're like, that's fucking hilarious. But you know what I mean? Our job's not to fight it, you know? Love that they're choosing their path, because that just makes your light that much brighter, right? The dark does not extinguish a light. The light extinguishes the dark. It exposes, right? That, you ever brought a light into a dark room, all of a sudden that dark goes and it gets all light in there? Why are you running? Where'd you go? Where's your darkness? You can't fucking take out the light. You just can't. You can't do it, Captain. Is any of this stuff I'm saying making sense or resonating with you guys? I mean, I've been on here for a while just yapping. I mean, it's pretty in line with a lot of the stuff that I've been going through. And sometimes I have to check my own, you know, self at the door. But sometimes you just got to remember who the fuck you are. We don't take no shit from nobody. Wade says, just another Graham crew member doing the mission for Gaia. I love that you guys are freaking yapping it up. Remember when Wade, my first timers, you guys know when Tay, I wonder where Portia is. I haven't seen her for a while. I hope she's doing good. I'll have to email her. When we first started this, we had like maybe, what was it, 4 of us in the chat? And it was just a few comments. Everybody was quiet. Now you guys get on here, and I love that we grew a family. We made a family from this. You know, with that, just does that not show you alignment, that all of us are in the same place, tuned in at the same time, having these interactions, right? Talking about soul growth and astral traveling and the unique things, and then whether you guys are carrying on conversations or interchanging emails, it's so divine. Like, we're always going to be on the path when we are in alignment. You cannot take us off that. When you're moving out of the heart space with love and that curiosity for what we are, that's what it's about, you know? Believe in yourself, even when nobody else does. And here we are. I wasn't talking to nobody about any of this, and then finally I thought about starting a tarot channel, and I was like, dude, I just don't click with tarot. You know what I mean? Because it's like, it puts you in a box. This is what the Two of Swords means. This is what this means. And I'm like, I can't fucking work with that. I need to do what the fuck I want to do, because there's that defiant spirit that I have. I'm like, I want to pull a card. And I like the picture cards and like the oracle cards. This one, Feast of Plenty, choices and their consequences. But you can pull so much more intuitively through that, and it's just a gateway to start open up a message. Especially if you're a channeler, it's a lot easier, you know? Which all of us are. All of us have the ability to tap in and channel. It's a process. It takes growth. It takes getting out here and doing it. I love the channel. It's so important to me because it allows me to connect. This is what I'm here to do right now. This is what I'm doing. And I love it. And I know it's in alignment with my soul. Anytime that I can shed some light on my own shit, or the falsities that I've been brought into within this world, or, you know, if you watch somebody, you know, it sucks. I used to listen to tarot all day long and to, you know what I mean? And maybe it's just, it doesn't suck because my spirit's like, I might want to watch what you say. It just goes to show the growth that I have allowed myself to have, that I've opened myself up to having, because I can't get on here and watch people anymore. You know, Wes, he is the Galactic Lion one. He's the only person, literally, besides Chiron and those near-death experiences channels that talk about that stuff, Gaia or Unified, like the Full Disclosure, the Pyramid Codes, or stuff like that, that I know is not like trying to sell, leave you on the edge of your seat, or their bullshit fucking history. Like, I want to talk to people that have worked with the extraterrestrials that know what the fuck's going on. I don't want to hear about shoulda, coulda, woulda. Your great grandpappy's fucking has a video. I want to know those that are having the experience, right? That's why I like the Full Disclosure. And if you guys have not seen that yet, that it's the TV app Unified. You can get a 7-day free trial, and it's $13.99 a month. And I know that can be a spendy sometimes, but just set yourself a reminder the day before to cancel that shit and get on there. It's go to your Google Play Store. It's called UNIFYD, I believe. And once you get in there, set up your shit. I put in a card. I put in one of my cards that's not expired, but that I don't ever really put money on, like, you know, my tax return cards. Everything I switched over to, like my Green Emerald card. I just put it on there. It's got like $1 on there. So, like, you ain't taking a fucking dollar. If you can't take the full sum, you ain't taking it. But you know what I'm saying? Just in case I forgot to take it off, because I know myself. I forget about shit like that. I'm all like, yeah, I'll do it, and then I forget. So look up the Full Disclosure. You can type it in the search bar. Look up the rays of light and the light codes. You guys will fucking blow your mind. The shit that they work with, the light system. Okay, and these are like 400 and 500-year-old people. Okay, and then a lot of people are like, bullshit, let me see a birth certificate. Motherfucker, there ain't no birth certificate from 500 years ago. You think shape-shifting energetically, that's just small potatoes for what this light system can do. They're here to help. Well, they create you just got to watch it. They create distractions to get a piece of paper that has pertinent information, or to it's all for the better, and it's all for the greater good. If you guys are interested, check it out. Unified Full Disclosure. You got to get in there. But like I'm saying, like I can't connect with shit here. It's so much. You guys know my rant and rave about the tarot readers. Like, your ex is coming back. You gotta, you know, oh, you're gonna get inheritance when this motherfucker goes to jail. And I'm looking and I'm scrolling and I'm reading all the thumbnails, and I'm like, why would you spend your time? One, why are you watching it? Right? That's how unaware we are. Everybody wants to be a tarot reader nowadays, but it's like, what? You do know that there's a part in your karma for that, right? What you're putting out there, fear mongering or spreading shit. You know what I mean? Yeah, I talk about soul evolution, and I don't like getting on the love situation because you guys have your own free will. You know that. Unless it's talking about loving yourself and shit like that. I really don't like when the relationship stuff comes up, because that's not my forte. Let me tell you. I spent my whole life in failed relationships for the most part, or some rocky ones. So, and I'm talking about, I mean, I'm working on my marriage right now. We're doing good, you know. It's been a bumpy road, you know, addictions on both ends at opposite times. So, and the fact that I'm spiritually awakened and my husband's just not there, it's he's like, what the fuck, you know what I mean? But if it's meant to be, it'll be, because we're a lot for people that are like, what the fuck are you talking about? Or, you know what I mean? And sometimes we really have to ease people into it, because we can scare them and they can be like, who the fuck did I marry? Like, you were not the same 3 years ago. All this shit you're talking about. So you guys will know when to share it and when not to. But I just have a hard time aligning with anybody that is, if it doesn't make you feel good, if it doesn't make you want to have drive, if it, I should just be on here confirming things that you guys, you know, already know, or shedding a little bit of light on your innermost, you know, healings, or, yeah, a reminder, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, that's right. I need to think about how I'm talking to myself. I need to do some more I am the light. I need to search for the wisdom within. I do have the creative power. I'm growing. Look at the growth I had from a year ago to the growth that I have now. You know what I mean? I'm here to help remind. We all need a friendly reminder sometime of, hey, man, look how far you've come. Just because you haven't, you know, when we do it day by day by day by day, you know, we don't notice it. You know, when you see somebody that's like 300 pounds and then a year goes by, or even 3 months, and then they're dropping weight, working out, and you're like, holy shit. you notice it. But if you see him every day, it doesn't seem, that expansive, until we're 6 months down the road. People will notice your change before you really do, because you're in it, if that makes sense. Thank you, Alicia Lopez. Good positive feedback. Become Change. Hey, Become Change, you're welcome here. I see so many new people in here. That is so freaking awesome. I love that. Wade and Tay holding it down in the freaking comments. Wade, that was so funny when you messaged me about the airport thing. I don't ever think about the airport. 2 days in a row, we went and picked up one of our Marine Corps brothers today at the airport, and then yesterday my husband and our son that graduated the Coast Guard picked him up. But you were talking about the airport, you know what I'm talking about in the comment. Basically, as souls, we're at an airport waiting, for souls to come in and do whatever we're doing. So pretty cool. I'm gonna pull a Divine Master card for us and see what's going on with that. I like the times when, I put out, it's really weird. I didn't see a lot of growth in the channel over the last week, and I put out a lot of shorts, and I kind of felt a little, I'm going to be honest with you guys, a little vulnerable and discouraged about it because, when I put time and energy into it, and I feel like it's a good read, and I got, think like 3 subscribers, which is fine. The more that people like or see the video, even my shorts only got like 6 or 5 views or something. And I was like, that's so weird, because a lot of them, on some of them, I have up to 1.2, and I was like, okay. And then I watched this guy, he's on a Supernatural, and he talks about, he puts his hands on people and heals them. God, I can't think of his name. I know you guys would know if you look up Supernatural on YouTube. Basically, he casts out demons and all this. And remember, I came from a Christianity background for the most part, and I know about the Holy Spirit healing. And he's talking about this guy who came up, and he could see the spirit on him, right? And he goes, yeah, the old Hindu spirit and the old Python spirit. And that, for me, I was like, what the fuck? Like, I can see what you're doing, right? Because you're obviously taking things off them, but you're labeling and giving a deity or an energy a name of a deity, or... So am I not of God? Because we're talking about Hindu. Some chick on there, she's like, yeah, I stopped doing yoga altogether because of just the evil in it. And I was just like, you have this gift. You're doing things. Granted, he's not in the religion modern day church the way, like, you know what I'm talking about, those ones that push you on it like that. And he can talk about witchcraft and, and I don't know if he's seeing in the past timelines or what. You guys just have to watch it. But he made me question everything again. Am I not working for the Lord? Am I not? Because but I'm like, fuck that. I'm not in a fucking box. Like, what do you mean a Hindu, a religion or whatever? Those are just people that are connected. So how are you getting a Python spirit out of that? And like, it made me go through this whole thing in my own head, like, what the fuck? You guys ever do that where you re-question everything again, and the yoga thing? And I guess for me, it really came down to, what's your intent behind what you're doing? You know what I mean? What do you have a good intention for the greater good of all? I don't know, and for a moment I felt like my linear brain about to pop and put myself back in a box for a moment of like, maybe I am doing it. I was like, fuck that. It took me a day, and I'm like, fuck that. I'm not in a box. I know that I work with the light. I know that no fucking Hindu spirit, Python spirit, and you know what I mean? Why are we giving energies a fucking deity's name? It's an energy. That is fucking man-made. We do that. It's consciousness is what it is. It's just a lower form, but we're putting and it comes from Hindu, or it comes to this, and I'm just like, either I'm super woke, and I'm realizing this, and I know I'm pretty awakened, and I'm like, do you guys get what I'm saying? How the fuck are you gonna put a name on a Hindu or a religion, right? Or, put anything in a box and say it's a Python spirit, or it's the Jezebel spirit, or it's a fucking lower vibrational frequency. It's a lower vibrational conscious thought form that lingers and can attach itself within somebody. But don't fucking put it on, you know what I mean? It's like me saying, oh, well, you're a Christian, so that's a fucking Christian spirit. I don't know even what you would call it. But it blew my mind for a minute. I was kind of just thinking, like, what does that even mean? Am I the only person noticing that? Like, I see you have the gift, you're working good from the heart. I mean, you're trying to free people of it, but it's just like the vocabulary of what? I know he's got the gift. I could see him, but then I started thinking, like, what are you taking out of people? Why are they flopping around? And like, what are you doing to them? You know what I mean? I started questioning fucking everything again. I really did. You know, and that's why I don't like watching other people's shit. And I just like working. I know what I'm doing is for the highest good of all. I treat people good. I love people. I'm able to bring forward messages. You know, people like, you don't talk to people from the dead. That's the devil. I also know that's a crock of shit. You know what I mean? For me, that's my opinion. So if you don't like it, you don't have to watch my channel. But I'm just going to tell you, I cannot align with anything that doesn't align within here. I just can't. It might be work for that person. It might be their vision, but it's fucking not mine. It's absolutely not mine. And I, even watching shit like that, like, I'm glad whatever you did, I just want to be a part and make sure whatever I'm doing for other people, whatever I'm putting out there is for the highest good of all. And sometimes we have to really check ourselves on what does the highest good of all look like. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter how many views I have. It doesn't matter how many subscribers I have. The people that need the message are going to get the message. Even I can get trapped in my own linear thought process. That was my fucking ego trying to say, no, because I'm growing. Because I am ascending in my consciousness, and that old thought form wants to hang on to me, and fuck that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll meet you with so much love, I'll smother the darkness right out of you. Ego has a time and a place, but at the same time, that's kind of how it snatches us up for a second, that ego, and it's like, hey, whoa, but if you do that, that fear mongering shit. And I'm like, it doesn't even fucking matter. If it's made of love and it's forward moving and it's forward thinking, and it doesn't matter. How does it feel? Does it make you want to be a better person? Does it feel like it aligns with your soul? That's all that matters. I guess that's all I'm trying to say. If it doesn't fucking make you feel like you can move forward and it makes you feel trapped or like you don't understand it or misunderstood or more confused than before you watch it, don't watch the shit. Don't. You came here for you. You are limitless. You are that God source energy. Treat people good. Do the right things. Move from the heart space. That's what it is, right? Well, that's my opinion. It doesn't have to be your guys'. I guess I'm just sharing my perspective with you on that. Alicia, you've watched The Supernatural too? I don't know if you're talking to me or somebody else in that. I've seen, okay, Tay, you've seen him too. See, and that's where the discernment comes in. Because I even question that. I'm like, what the fuck is this guy doing? I don't know. It's a different... They come in all shapes and sizes, right? Come to kill, steal, and destroy. And that can just be... Remember, we're not talking about people. We're talking about the energy that they're in. Why they're here. What are people tapping into? And I guess that's all I'm saying, is using our discernment in that way. Are you easily misled? Can you be taken off my path? For a moment, it made me question what the fuck I was doing, and I was like, that's so crazy, because I never question. No, you can ask my family. It don't matter. They've thrown my cards away, all my crystals. I went and bought now I bought 40 decks, just because that's who I am. Like, you are nobody. I will leave everybody in the wake of my awakening. I promise. With love and light, and how's your fucking mother? Because I am waking up. It might not be for you, but it's for me. And I will hold space for you where I'm going. There are no strings attached. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. I'm doing it out of love, and I'm doing it for me. And if that makes you, like, nobody's taking me off my path. And that dude made me fucking question, right? That ego. Whatever that was that triggered something within my brain is like, am I working with the Holy Spirit? I know I am. I know I am. You know what I mean? I know what I do. I know who the fuck I am. I know what I've been. I know what I've come to awaken to. And that was just trippy that I allowed that conscious thought form to get into my head. And it only happened after watching that dude. And I'm not saying anything in any way, so you guys take that as you will. But, use your discernment. Alicia, I think your dad's right. She says, my dad says the people that are here are the people that need to be here. And that is absolutely true. A lot of us, that are listening and tapped into stuff like this, because I know I talk about some pretty in-depth stuff. It's just different. I know that. We get in a lot in the soul aspect, some triggering stuff if you're not willing to look at yourself. I definitely know that. We're fucking old souls, and a lot of people can linearize that by us being old souls. We've come here a lot. We have come here a lot. We've been, through all of it. Lemuria, Atlantis, ancient Egypt, different planets. Let's just say it's not being an old soul. We have a very evolved soul because we have gone through the ascension process. We want more. We want more. We want to grow more. We want to grow the soul, right? So we want to get back to that big. We want to be ascended. And how cool is it to know that we could actually become ascended masters ourselves through the shit that we've gone through? It's possible. How do I know that I'm not an ascended master here in a disguise? I don't yet. Maybe I'm not. Maybe I am. You never know what consciousness. That's the thing. I want to get to that level where I know exactly where my soul's traveled in this physical form, right? I want to know who and what and how. Once I get to where I'm going, because I don't want it to decipher or to. I want to be like this on where I'm going, and it's not about having an ego, but it's about having the inner knowing. It's not like, oh, because we don't set ourselves ahead of anybody else or any better. We take on a lot of shit. We have evolved, and we go through some stuff that a lot of souls, it's scary. Some people are like, yeah, I'll lose my kid at 2, and then my husband a few years later, and then I'll remarry and I'll lose that husband again. And they're like, you sure you want to do that this time? And a lot of times, older souls will take on some heavy-ass shit like that when they incarnate here in their soul contract. And the other thing is, I want to feel what it's like to be alone. Because most of the time, we've been both genders. We've been murdered. We're past the warrioress. You know what I mean? Now, loss is one of the hardest ones for the soul. To really ascend from is loss. That's so traumatizing, especially as a parent, being a parent and losing our loved ones, or having your parents die, or you're burying your kids. You know what I mean? That's a lot to go through. And so people that I see like that advocate now for like moms that have lost their kids and they're out there helping other moms, I'm like, you fucking old soul, man. You fucking not only transcended your pain and your fear of that, because we all go back to light. They're not hurt. Anybody that's going through a traumatic experience, they're popped out the top of their head. They're not in the body for that. And I know people like, but it was, yes, it looks really bad, but I promise you God's not allowing that to happen. They're not in there, okay? Even when they're being shot, the second that they don't feel no pain. It looks bad, right? But they're not in there, I promise you. That they will not allow the soul to, they'll know a feeling of it, or that's what happened, but they won't know the traumatizing of that. That would become a huge skull scar. Happy birthday, Alicia. Happy birthday. Today is the 15th. My daughter is 8 months old today. Happy birthday. I hope you're having a wonderful one. Please look for the nuggets in the fresh batch of shorts you are going to post. Wade, you seriously got to email me, because I have so much stuff, man. Talk about a deep old soul. I mean, we're gonna have a talk. Can't wait. All right. My neighbor gave me some freaking, let's use this. Let's not lick all over our fingers like we had some fucking chicken. Although chicken sounds really good right now, guys. I'm not gonna lie. All right. I'm going to enjoy this food while I'm here on this physical plane, and I only want one: Holy Spirit, Holy Angels, for the highest good of all ascended masters that we're working with. Not taking the whole deck of ascended masters. What we need most, please: Holy Spirit, Holy Angels. Okay, I guess we're taking the whole fucking deck. You think it's so funny when I try to do that with Spirit, and they're like, oh yeah? So you'll just shuffle like an asshole 10 more times when 2 cards keep coming out and coming out. Actually, this is the only time 2 came out. We've got Saint Germain, the Violet Flame, Alchemy, Release the Old, Make Way for the New. God, these cards are absolutely beautiful. Spirit always brings it home. Horus, Manifestation Vortex. Belief makes manifestation. Thoughts attract and create. Whether it's good or bad, right, guys? I really encourage you guys, this deck, if you guys like cards, this deck is absolutely freaking stunning. And the energy, it's so powerful. All right, we'll go with Horus. I posted a picture the other day and it had a Hindu god on there and Jesus Christ sitting on the same bench and somebody, that's in that box. The fearmonger, how could you even put those two in a picture together, sitting together? That's just ridiculous. Like Jesus would ever sit with him. And I'm like, how the fuck do you know that that's not Jesus reincarnated? Like, really, how do you not? Have you guys ever thought about that with other great ascended masters like that? How do you know that's not the same expression of that soul? You don't. It's so funny how we'll put that in a box like we know. When you're not awakened, you're going to tell me, right, that you know. We never know. We'll only know to the level of which we'll allow our linear brain and the ego to fall for us to experience it. And it's hard. So when I've met somebody at that, if I know you're at that level, I know for a fact you're not leaving a comment on my stuff saying some freaking crazy ass trash like that, because that tells me you don't know, because you're not ascended enough and peaceful enough and loving and calm enough to leave a comment like that and to actually have the wisdom and knowledge if it is or if it isn't. You know what I mean? There's discernment for you. Number 61, Horus. It looks like she's got an eagle on her headdress. I gotta get better lighting in this shed. It's to come. Maybe I should manifest it as I'm thinking about that. My guy's like, you can manifest better lighting, Horus is one of the earliest and most respected of the Egyptian deities. He is famous for his hawk head and is known as the Lord of the Sky. The Egyptian word Her or Heru, from which his name is derived, means High One, indicating that he is a cosmic sky god. The Eye of Horus has been adopted the world over as a symbol of protection and guidance, and Horus himself is a highly protective guiding force. Let me see if I can maneuver this. Horus is the keeper of the cosmic gateway, a powerful energetic portal or vortex through which we can connect to the higher realms. This energetic space helps us reclaim the lost wisdom of our soul and connect to the power of the stars. When we work with this energy, we awaken to the parts of ourselves that we have the ability to create, manifest, and attract. The message from Horus: you are deeply connected to the universe at this time and held in the manifestation vortex. Your divine guidance is to spend time thinking, feeling, and experiencing the energies connected to your wildest dreams. That's exciting, because this is a powerful time to surmount the energies of limitation and fully stand in your power. If you have been driving an intention or working on a practical or particular project, consider what is the best outcome, because the power of the stars is with you now. Be open to listening within the universe is offering. Be opening to listening within as the universe is offering you guidance on the next step. Stay highly attuned to your thoughts and also to the energies you associate with at this time, for you are being guided to stay as high vibrational as possible in order to usher in opportunities and support. The power of the cosmos is in you now. Create, attract, manifest. Hell yeah. It's a hawk. Hawk spirit. Saint Germain. The violet flame, man. Isn't that such a freaking beautiful energy? I call on the violet flame a lot. It's probably the one I see the most through Reiki. I always have seen purple and the violet, always. Let's see if I can find, I'm sitting here looking for the violet flame and it's Saint Germain. I'm so glad you guys are patient with me. 127. Us as human beings, we are not patient, are we? I guess it's because we forget we have eternity here. The violet flame, alchemy, release the old, make way for the new. The Count of Saint Germain was an 18th century European adventurer and alchemist. During his life on Earth, it is said that he rubbed shoulders with some of the most elite members of European society, but his background was shrouded in mystery. He was acknowledged to be a man of miracles because he was noted alchemist and magician and apparently never aged. He claimed to be over 500 years old, though most likely this was a joke. He was known for giving public demonstrations of magic, illusions, telepathy, and was probably a member of the Roscarian order. Rumor had it that even though he moved in highly influential circles, he probably felt like an outsider because he was an illegitimate child. Thus, from the heavenly realms, he helps those who call on him to find their peace in this world. He is also associated with a spiritual energy called the violet flame, which can be invoked to aid transformation. You are in a powerful vortex. Man, that's two talking about a powerful vortex, is it not? You are in a powerful vortex of transformation and change. The violet flame and transformation is with you, and all that has felt heavy, overwhelming, or dark is being transformed into opportunities for growth and freedom. Past traumas and traumas are now being cleared from your energy. And if you are concerned about how to move forward, know that willingness is enough and the universe will take care of the rest. Surrender and release the old, the past, and all that no longer serves you in order for the new to enter your life. You must make the energetic space to welcome it in. Know that what has happened to you will never define you, and that you have the ability to surmount all that has held you back, thus in time of alchemy, where you will take what feels like a lead in the truth into this is a time of alchemy where you will take what feels like lead and turn it into gold, or in your case, health, wealth, and loving connections with others. Good Lord. Powerful vortex. We're talking about two of these guys talking about that frequency, and I love how they put the violet flame as an energy, and on both of them they stated that these people, though they have names, right, in how our linear brain could describe them, that they talk about their energy and that frequency. Powerful vortex, guys. All right, I'm gonna get off here. I don't even know how long I've been on here. Oh fuck, almost 2 hours. I know I try not to give my husband a time when I come out here. I'm like, oh, it'll be an hour and a half. Well, here I am. He's gotten really good about, understanding what I do out here. It makes a lot more sense to him, which I'm grateful for, his ability to expand in that capacity as far as understanding what drives me. Because like I said, what I'm passionate about, it will not... I've had enough shit hold me back in my life. Nothing, no one, and no one thing will hold me back from what I'm driven to, especially in this aspect of my purpose and rediscovering myself. Thank you guys for being here with me tonight. I love you all. Thank you. Well, way to spend your birthday. I feel privileged that you spend it on here watching my live. That's pretty cool. Hi, Tina. Sorry, guys, I haven't been as much into the comments as I normally am. I just want to give you guys all my time. I love watching what you guys write to each other. Which on my laptop, after I turn this off, I can still go back and kind of read and catch up. You guys are so sweet to each other. That's what it's about, man, is being family and getting to know one another and encouraging each other. And this is a whole different tribe over here. And it's a privilege, and I find gratitude in all of these enmeshments that we chose to have in this lifetime, because nothing is accident. Absolutely nothing. All right. Holy Spirit, holy angels of the highest bright light, thank you so much for taking your time to come through with us and just spend time and be in that love. There is no separation between the divine and us. Even when we're off here or away or our thoughts meander, they're always there with us constantly. It's if we tune in. For those of you that may feel alone at times. Archangel Michael, I just want to thank you for guarding the gates as I opened up any portals or vortexes. I want to send back any energy that does not belong to me with love and light. I also call back all my energy and my power with love and light, and I close out any portals that may have been opened or energetic fields, my aura, in any way, shape, or form. Thank you, Spirit Guides, for coming in here and chilling with us. I love you guys. Thank you guys for your positive intentions and just sending good energy all the way around. I love that you're here, even though physically in a different space, energetically, we're all together. Holy bejesus, happy birthday. What time is it? 10:13 on my clock. That was a lot. All right. I'm going to close out this read with a sacred prayer. Dekrete o shokotrapaye terete o te katariate o shokopate nananaye ke o te asheke. Apakate atrete o shapayanaye te kireto e poetea. Aparate te shokotrapaye kirete apatayanaye kirete. Astra ke drote a shokopate trete amana Yeshua. Dekerete tu yushukupi ke dia. So mote it be. I love you guys. Thanks for chilling like the villains. Thank you, Become and Change. That's so awesome. She says, you came across my page right when I was about to switch tasks, but your message caught me from doing that. Resonates a lot. You're welcome here. You guys hit a like if you can. That really helps me grow my channel. I know it's kind of hard to do it in the live feed, but I think it's like 3 little dots on the top right hand side of the corner, and then you can like it from there. If you guys haven't subscribed, you can subscribe. If any of you guys are interested in a personal reading that's new to my channel, I do that. It's about 45 minute to an hour long personal read that you get your own link here on YouTube, and you can have the read forever. It's more unique to your own energy. I do not divination spy on anybody. That's not my thing, so don't ask me because I won't do it. If you're interested in the evolution of your soul purpose, origin, tapping into unique gifts, we're talking about ways of doing that, you can message me. My email is angel, it's all one word in lowercase, angeldynasty33@gmail.com, and you can also find that information in the description box on the YouTube homepage. I ask if you guys feel like donating to the channel to upgrade other things, or you just want to show some love, I have a Cash App and a PayPal in there. I really do like doing the personal reads. I finally just got caught up. That's such a unique experience. I do enjoy that. I'm always interested to see what comes out in those. Pretty cool, and it's a privilege. I love you guys. Alicia, happy birthday. Thanks for spending time with us. Taylor, I love you. Big, big girl. Is Hot Rod still in here? Did she have to? She probably got off. It's been fucking 2 hours. I'm sure she'll watch the replay. Wade, love you, man. Tina, thank you so much for being here. You're amazing. Become and Change, you're so welcome here. Yes, so welcome here. I'm glad that you found the tribe. You're welcome to come back. Watch some of the other reads. See if they resonate for you. There's always something in one of those. If you feel guided just to look at the thumbnail that I uploaded, there'll always be messages in there. I still go back and I look at some and I'm like, wow, I really needed that today. And the funny thing is it's coming from my own self, but my higher self, it's so synchronistic. Alright, guys, I'm gonna go get me a chicken wrap and then go finish watching this show with my husband and one of our Marine Corps buddies that are back. Love you guys. You number one. Be magnificent.